celebrate its 76th Republic Day today, marking the platinum jubilee of the adoption of the Constitution. The country will showcase its military prowess and rich cultural heritage at the Kartavya Path in New Delhi. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto will be the chief guest on the occasion. The ceremonial parade will witness the participation of a marching contingent and a band contingent from Indonesia as well. Subianto will be the fourth Indonesian president to attend India's Republic Day celebrations. President Draupadi Murmu will hoist the tricolour and address the nation on the occasion. As many as 16 tableaus from states and union territories and 15 from the central ministries and departments as well as organizations are all set to take part in this parade at Kartavya Path. India will showcase some of the cutting-edge defence platforms, including the BrahMos, the Pinaka and Akash. The parade will see many other firsts as well, such as the Tri-Services tableau that will depict the spirit of togetherness, the spirit of jointness amongst the armed forces. So we will get you that live broadcast from Kartavya Path. Very soon you will see visuals coming in of the President's bodyguard escorting Rashtrapati and our esteemed guest from Indonesia towards the podium there at Kartavya Path. The Prime Minister, the Raksha Mantri will all be there, and then the Kartavya Path parade will start in a bit. But before we tell you this news that is just coming in, let's just update you on what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has wished for all countrymen. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wishes the nation on special occasion of the 76th Republic Day. He took to social media platform X and said, and I'm quoting him now, "Today we celebrate 75 glorious years of being a republic. We bow to all the great women and men who made our constitution and ensure that our journey is rooted in democracy, dignity and unity. May this occasion strengthen our efforts towards preserving the ideals of our constitution and working towards a stronger and prosperous India." Prime Minister there wishing the countrymen, like I told you, he'll be there shortly at Kartavya Path along with Raksha Mantri to welcome when President Draupadi Murmu and our guest from Indonesia arrive there. But before that, Prime Minister has wished the countrymen via social media. He said that we are celebrating 75 glorious years of being a republic. Today was the day when India officially declared itself to be a republic. The first president of India, Babu Rajendra Prasad, was then sworn in as the first president of the Indian Republic, and we are celebrating that anniversary of that great day. Prime Minister has said that we are bowing to all the great women and men who made our constitution and ensured that our journey is rooted in democracy, dignity and unity. It's also significant because today is the day when we are celebrating becoming a republic. We're also celebrating the Indian constitution, which has become at the heart of a political debate recently, what we saw in the Parliament House. And on that note, let me bring in our political editor Aman Sharma into the broadcast. Aman, the Prime Minister wishing the countrymen, like I was telling the viewers, not just us being a republic, but our constitution itself is at the heart of politics right now. So his wishes are not just for the countrymen, but also underlining our commitment to the Indian constitution.
Well, absolutely. And today, as the Prime Minister has put out this statement that the historic day, 75 glorious years of being a republic, and the Prime Minister specially mentioning the constitution, crediting those great men, great women who made our constitution and ensured that our journey is rooted in democracy, dignity and unity. This is the Prime Minister's message. And as you were correctly saying, in the last Parliament session, we saw a full debate being held on the Constitution in both houses of Parliament, where the Prime Minister had extensively spoken as well as the leaders of other parties in the BJP, committing itself to the ideals of the Constitution, and the Prime Minister saying how his party had over the years ensured that the Constitution remains supreme, and accused other parties like the Congress, in fact, of damaging the Constitution on many times. So on the occasion of the Republic Day, the Prime Minister wishing the country on the occasion of the Republic Day, as well as underlining his commitment towards the Constitution and working towards a stronger and a prosperous country.
Right, and Prime Minister is wishing the countrymen, is also recognizing all those who have contributed, our freedom fighters, people who have fought for our constitution. And even though today is not the day to talk about politics, Aman, one can't forget that only once in this country has our constitutional rights being suspended. So all those who fought to ensure that constitutional rights were ensured, today is the day to remember them as well, as per the PM.
Well, absolutely, and his message is very clear about that. And the Prime Minister has been always of this firm view that if the Constitution has been damaged or constitutional rights, as you said, were taken away once during the emergency, it is the Congress party which needs to answer in a big way for that. And it was very eloquently, the Prime Minister, I think, over an hour-long address in the Lok Sabha, had put this out very clearly while in the debate on the Constitution during the last Parliament session. And today also the Prime Minister saying the same, that he bows down to all the great men and women who made our Constitution and ensured that our journey is rooted in democracy, dignity and unity. So clearly, Prime Minister clearly saying that the country's ideals and the country's Constitution is enshrined in these principles, and his government is only doing all it can to uphold these principles which are there in the Constitution of India.
But as the parade also unfolds, will this message be there when we see all the tableaus? Of course, the defense achievements will be there to be showcased. But will you see this theme when the central ministries, the central departments come up with their tableau, commitment to the ethos of our Constitution of our Republic?
Well, yes, I believe one of the tableaus is in fact dedicated of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is dedicated to the Constitution. So when the tableau comes on the Kartavya Path, we'll see that the kind of model they have made on the Constitution, and that has been the theme of many of the government's programs as well this year. This year also being the 75th anniversary of our Constitution of our Republic. So that is why the government has been promoting all these events, and we could see the glimpses of the same on the Kartavya Path today when the tableaus roll out, Arunima.
Right, Aman, just hold on. Let me just reiterate for our viewers that the Prime Minister has put out his social media post and congratulated the countrymen after, our Republic Day, for our Republic Day, as we celebrate 75 glorious years of being a republic, celebrating the 76th Republic Day today. My colleague Akash Sharma has been tracking all the developments as far as the tableaus, the preparations at Kartavya Path is concerned. Akash, in fact, is joining us. Wish you a very happy Republic Day, Akash. Just show us around. You're at the spot where the parade will start in a bit from now. How's the Josh? The cliche, as they say, but that's the right thing to ask today, isn't it?
Yes, Arunima, happy Republic Day to you and to all our viewers. I'm standing just 1 kilometer short of Kartavya Path, and from here I'll try to show you some preparations and also some security arrangement. First of all, this is the board. This is the roundabout of Mandi House, where I'm showing you these boards. In fact, these boards have been prepared by NDMC, which is the agency here. And on the other side, Pradeep Kumar Das ji showing you the visuals of Delhi police, basically, maintaining that particular security grid and line where, they are only allowing those who have valid ticket or pass. And in fact, at this point in time, entry has been closed because now you cannot enter. There was a prescribed time by which you had to, sit in the areas at the designated seats. But now the entry has been closed. From 9:50 onwards, we are going to see arrival of Defence Secretary first, and then the service chiefs, and of course then Prime Minister and President, and of course the chief guest as well. This Republic Day parade is special, of course, Arunima. Republic Day parade is always special, and this time around also this is going to be more than just special, because this time around it has been categorically mentioned that it is not just the military prowess, but also we are showing our culture, our tradition. We are going to see a lot of marching contingents. We are going to see more than 30 tableaus. We are going to see more than 39 aircrafts with different formations. Of course, Indonesian President Subianto is the chief guest. We know that how yesterday, he met with the President and the Prime Minister. A number of deals are in the pipeline. We know that how discussions are happening on BrahMos. We know that how Indonesia can be one reliable partner for India as far as Indian Ocean region is concerned. We have a number of countries, trying to dominate the Indian Ocean region. At that point in time, India and Indonesia are discussing deal like BrahMos. As far as this Republic Day parade is concerned, so this will go from 10:30 a.m. to 12:05, roughly around 2.5 hours. And in this particular parade. This will, of course, be led by the GOC Delhi area, who is Lieutenant General Bhavnesh Kumar. Interesting part is that his son is also participating in this parade. His son is leading a contingent, and then we are going to see a number of contingents. Cavalry contingent is being led by Lieutenant Ahan, who is the son of GOC Delhi area. For the first time, Arunima, you see a number of artists will be performing different arts and dances on the entire stretch of Kartavya Path. Earlier it used to happen near the VIP dais only, but this time around it is happening in the entire stretch. More than 77,000 people have been issued these passes and tickets, and they are going to witness the parade where we are talking about the military prowess, and these people are few thousand lucky ones, who have got this chance to see this particular parade. As far as India's indigenous capabilities are concerned, so we are going to see a number of indigenous equipments in the mechanized columns of Indian Army. We have got Bhishma. Bhishma is basically a Russian camp that has been indigenously designed and developed now. It has been made indigenously available here in the country. Indian Army is very much using this tank and is one of the reliable tanks of Indian Army. Then we have BrahMos, we have Pinaka, we have Nag missile, we have a number of bridge systems, and we have a number of surveillance systems. In fact, Sanjay, a surveillance system is going to be a part of Republic Day parade. Further, this is for the very first time, Arunima, when we are going to see a tri-services contingent this time around. We know that how our services are working for the integration, services are working for jointness, and this time around, in that continuation, we are going to see a tri-services tableau. Also, this time around, one big question was that why we have no indigenous aircraft or helicopter in the fly past. But Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar made it very clear that even when we don't have any indigenous aircraft or helicopter, the platforms that are taking part have 50 to 60% indigenous content or 40 to 50% indigenous content. So a number of things are going to be seen at Kartavya Path. In some time from now, we are expecting that the parade would start, and then India and in fact the entire world is going to see our culture, our tradition, and the military prowess that we talk about. Arunima.
Thank you, Akash, for that comprehensive update on what we can expect as far as the Kartavya Path parade is concerned. Aman, if you're still there with us, Akash did touch upon that, but if you could help us understand it better, the significance. Okay, I'll try and get Aman back on that. So, Akash, let's talk about this aspect a little more. The significance of having the Indonesian president as the chief guest today. And we have reported this earlier also, that the initial plan of his to club his visit to India along with our neighbors in Pakistan, but he's not doing that now. So, giving that importance to India, de-linking India with Pakistan geopolitically, and especially with the China factor, what does this really mean when you have the Indonesian president and the Indonesian contingent celebrating our Republic Day?
So yes, Arunima, first of all, more than 300 personnel are going to take part in this Republic Day celebrations, where we have one marching contingent and one band from Indonesia. Yes, you rightly mentioned, earlier the plan was that President Subianto will be going to Pakistan, and in the diplomatic circles it was considered as a big setback for India, because you are inviting one person, for the Republic Day celebration, and that person is directly, in fact the VIP is directly going to Pakistan. So it was considered a setback, and I'm sure it was raised at the right platform, and after which we got to know that now he is going to Malaysia. As far as India and Indonesia ties are concerned, so this is for the fourth time, when Indonesian president is becoming the chief guest for the Republic Day celebrations here in India. And when we talk about Indonesia, so you see in the Indonesian region, and in fact when we talk about the ASEAN nations, so we know that how important Indonesia is going to be for India. We have multiple exercises, we have several joint programs that we have been conducting for years, and this time around BrahMos deal, I mentioned it in the beginning, that how this deal is going to be important. There was a buzz that this would be announced on the Republic Day, on the occasion of Republic Day, but it is not very expected. In fact, Defence Secretary categorically mentioned that it seems like media is more aware. But this time around, very important. Yesterday we saw a number of engagement. Yesterday we saw announcement on a number of things, things that both the countries are planning. In fact, tech transfer is one thing, that is very much there in the pipeline. Indonesia is at a strategic place, is an ASEAN nation that is very, very important for India, especially at a time when China is, trying to dominate the area. We know that how China has planned a permanent dominance in the Indian Ocean region. In fact, the permanent position in the Indian Ocean region by 2025. In fact, there are plans, and we know the kind of strategy or things that China work on, the kind of strategy they have. And this time around, when we say that India is growing its ties with one of the country in Indian Ocean region. So this is very important given the fact that maritime power is one important power that every country want to hold, want to possess, and this time around India is becoming stronger and stronger with the kind of ties that it has.
And as we are waiting for the parade at Kartavya Path to begin, these are visuals that we are also showing you. This is from Mumbai, where RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat is taking the salute, and I think he'll also unfurl the national flag. So it will be celebration of Republic Day there in Mumbai. This is Bhiwandi in Mumbai, where the visuals are coming in. So countrywide celebrations will happen. The national flag will be unfurled officially at all the state capitals. The governors, the chief ministers will be in attendance at every district of the country as well. You will see the district collector, the superintendent of police taking the salute, and that celebration will be countrywide. Schools, children, celebrating India's republic, India's constitution. The fact that we decided to break our ties from the monarchy, a lot of erstwhile British colonies, chose to still owe allegiance to the British monarch, but India decided to become a republic, and that's what we are celebrating. And as we celebrate India, our republic, we cannot forget what it takes to keep us safe from all the challenges that we have as far as our neighborhood is concerned. The bravery of the Indian Army is a beacon of hope and resilience. Their indomitable spirit and selfless service in the face of daunting challenges exemplify the highest standards of courage, from counter-terrorism operations to humanitarian and natural disasters stepping in. Their commitment remains unwavering. On this Republic Day, we salute these heroes whose valor ensures the safety and security of our country. Take a look at the special report from the line of control.
On the eve of Republic Day, there's no letdown of guard, particularly in the snow-bound areas, and the enemy can try to infiltrate. There are already inputs that there is possibility of infiltration that can take place, and to avoid that, teams like these carrying special equipments and carrying warm clothing carry out patrolling in the snow-bound area. Several feet of snow is covering this particular location in Tangdar sector, where the Rashtriya Rifles ensuring, the Indian Army is ensuring that they not only carry out patrol, but also you will see, my VJ will show you, they have the rescue gear. In case of any avalanche, because this is an avalanche-prone area, they're able to carry out rescue operations swiftly, not only of their men, but also those Jawans of those people who live near the line of control. If there is avalanche and anyone gets trapped, they are well equipped and trained to ensure that through their specialized training, they are not only able to detect any person who's under the snow, but also able to take him immediately. You will see there's a stretcher on one army Jawan's back, and patrolling continues relentlessly. Possibilities of enemy trying to sneak in, taking advantage of bad weather has always been there, be it in the summer time when these mountainous passes get a lot of fog, and be it in the snow when the enemy believes that the guard is down, but they are ensuring that the guard is kept tight. They're able to ensure that the practices remain intact, and they're able to carry out sophisticated patrolling using the sophisticated and best of equipment, snowshoes and gear and the jackets that they have, to ensure that even in the minus 10 degrees Celsius here and the very gusty winds, they're able to ensure that the nation's borders are protected, and the people celebrate Republic Day while they are guarding these borders in the harshest of climate.
As Lata Mangeshkar famously sang, "Kuch yaad unhe bhi kar lo jo laut ke ghar na aaye." As we are celebrating our Republic Day, let's not forget that the Indian Army's bravery is a testament to their unwavering dedication and sacrifice. From the icy heights of Siachen to the dense jungles of the northeast, they stand resolute, defending the nation's sovereignty. Their valor in the face of adversity, whether in times of war or peace, inspires a sense of pride and gratitude in every Indian heart. We are paying our gratitude to our men at the line of control. My colleague Ishan Vani gets us the special report.
So we've seen that it's very harsh winter climate here, and generally there's a threat of avalanche also taking place. We see behind us there's a team which is carrying out their exercise and drills every day. Tell us about the drills, particularly on the Republic Day or these days when the enemy is trying to, sneak in.
Be it any day, Indian Army is always on high alert. So especially on days like Republic Day or Independence Day, the security get enhanced. As you can see, the patrol which has gone, it has gone as a dual task patrol, which carry out the patrolling also, and it has trained also to rescue people during times of avalanches. And it is being the condition here, that is the terrain and the weather, challenging weather, our soldiers are always prepared for that, and we have also got special equipments which help the soldiers to get accustomed to the terrain also, and to give the befitting reply to the enemy also.
We have seen that on these days that there's a enemy taking advantage of the harsh weather conditions and trying to sneak in. You have the equipment to deal with that. But how is the Josh among the forces?
Yes, certainly the new generation equipment which has come into army, the special equipment which is there to this terrain also, increases the morale of a soldier. Certainly the infiltration grid and the surveillance grid, it get enhanced by all this equipment, and we get assured that there will be no infiltration from this area.
So while we are celebrating, the parade is about to start here in Delhi. Countrywide, there is celebration at district headquarters, at state capitals. Our men in uniform along the line of control, along the international border, both on the eastern and the western front, are making sure that you and I are safe, that the country is safe. And that is also what we will celebrate as our army contingents, the Air Force contingent, the tri-service contingents roll out at Kartavya Path in a short while from now. My colleague Akash is still there, stationed on the parade route. Akash, yes, of course, this will be a celebration, a way of saying thank you to our men in uniform, but it will also be a way of telling our countrymen who may be at far-flung areas that your contribution to nation building is also recognized. I believe Vibrant Village program will also be displayed at the Kartavya Path. These villagers from far-flung border area villages, be it Arunachal, be it Uttarakhand, Himachal, they are all going to be there to witness the parade.
Exactly, and in fact, thousands of sarpanchs from villages across the country have been invited. They have been selected on the basis of the kind of efforts they have put in to take the government policies and programs at the ground level. I'll come to that point, but Arunima, I'm showing you the visuals here. People are so excited. Those who are unable to, go till Kartavya Path, they are basically taking photos and selfies. This is one occasion when, the excitement is on its peak, no matter what is the age group. But you are seeing this sort of excitement among, people here, who want to take picture of the board that says Happy Republic Day. This board has been decorated and in fact has been placed by NDMC, and there I'm showing you the visuals of the youth coming here taking photos, and this is the kind of excitement that I'm showing you from on the ground. We are just 1 kilometer short of the Kartavya Path. In some time from now, we are expecting that parade would start, but ahead of it, we have tight security arrangements and excitement among people. Arunima.
Thank you so much, Akash. Like Akash was telling us, there's a lot of excitement amongst people. In fact, when the full dress rehearsal happened, this entire circle of Delhi was chock-a-block with people who just wanted to be there and take a look as the parade moved ahead. We will get you live visuals from Kartavya Path as the dignitaries start arriving, but that's all the time that we have for now. Coming back with more news and updates in a short while from now. Keep watching CNN News 18.
Friends.
On the eve of Republic Day, there's no letdown of guard, particularly in the snow-bound areas, and the enemy can try to infiltrate. They're already in post that there is possibility of infiltration that can take place, and to avoid that, teams like these carrying special equipments and carrying warm clothing carry out patrolling in the snow-bound area. Several feet of snow is covering this particular location in Tangdar sector, where the Rashtriya Rifles ensuring, the Indian Army is ensuring that they not only carry out patrol, but also you will see, my video will show you, they have the rescue gear. In case of any avalanche, because this is an avalanche-prone area, they're able to carry out rescue operations swiftly, not only of their men, but also those Jawans of those people who live near the line of control. If there is avalanche, anyone gets trapped, they are well equipped and trained trained to ensure that through their specialized training, they are not only able to detect any person who's under the snow, but also able to take him immediately. You will see there's a stretcher on one army jawan's back, and patrolling continues relentlessly. Possibilities of enemy trying to sneak in, taking advantage of bad weather has always been there, be it in the summer time when these mountainous passes get a lot of fog, and be it in the snow when the enemy believes that the guard is down, but they are ensuring that the guard is kept tight. They're able to ensure that the practices remain intact, and they're able to carry out sophisticated patrolling using the sophisticated and best of equipment, snowshoes and gear and the jackets that they have, to ensure that even in the minus 10 degrees Celsius here and the very gusty winds, they're able to ensure that the nation's borders are protected, and the people celebrate Republic Day while they are guarding these borders in the harshest of climate. So we've seen that it's very harsh winter climate here, and generally there's a threat of avalanche also taking place. We see behind us there's a team which is carrying out their exercise and drills every day. Tell us about the drills, particularly on the Republic Day or these days when the enemy is trying to sneak in.
Be it any day, Indian Army is always on high alert. So especially on days like Republic Day or Independence Day, the security get enhanced. As you can see, the patrol which has gone, it has gone as a dual task patrol, which carry out the patrolling also, and it has trained also to rescue people during times of avalanches. And it is being the condition here, that is the terrain and the weather, challenging weather, our soldiers are always prepared for that, and we have also got special equipment which help the soldiers to get accustomed to the terrain also, and to give the befitting reply to the enemy also.
We have seen that on these days that there's an enemy taking advantage of the harsh weather conditions and trying to sneak in. You have the equipment to deal with that.
ये बहुत बड़ा प्रदेश है। मायावती जी इसके टुकड़े करने की बात करती थी कि 4 विभाजन होना चाहिए प्रदेश का। यूपी को यूनाइट रह करके ही अपने लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करना चाहिए। मुझे लगता है इसी में उसकी ताकत भी है, इसमें उसकी पहचान भी है, उसका सम्मान भी है। उत्तर प्रदेश की इकोनॉमी में कम से कम 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए का ग्रोथ होने वाली है। राजस्व रिकॉर्ड टटोलने के बाद जो चीजें सामने आई कि इनके दावे गलत थे, इसलिए हमने कहा कि वक्फ बोर्ड को कोई माफिया बोर्ड मत बनाओ। आप देख सकते हैं वहां पर यमुना जी को गंदे नाले में बदल दिया है। यहाँ की यमुना जी में आप आचमन भी ले सकते हैं, स्नान भी कर सकते हैं। जो करोड़ों दर्शक हैं न्यूज 18 के, उन सबको ये दृश्य देखने का एक अवसर प्राप्त होगा।
On the eve of Republic Day, there's no letdown of guard, particularly in the snow-bound areas, and the enemy can try to infiltrate. There are already in posts that there is possibility of infiltration that can take place, and to avoid that, teams like these carrying special equipments and carrying warm clothing carry out patrolling in the snow-bound area. Several feet of snow is covering this particular location in Tangdar sector, where the